All right, I'm gonna stream it out. Streaming service.
So Matt, I think in theory I would be doing the update for Job Hopper, except I haven't been there in 2 weeks. I don't know what they've done.
Oh, yeah, that's always a challenge. I think if Ed's not here and can't do it, then you can just say we're gonna keep pushing ahead.
All right.
Yeah, I know he is working on. He said something about the tree map search, if I remember right. So that's I think their big push. And then otherwise, yeah, and you gotta we'll pull things and go from there. Yeah, did everyone get their summit tickets yet?
No.
I think they went up, but they're like cheap because they're virtual. They're like 50.
Yeah.
But yeah, I saw, and then I got an email. They're doing an event on something called Clubhouse, which is not a thing I've used yet. So I might have to check that out and figure out what being in Clubhouse is like.
I can't tell if I want to be in a clubhouse or if I hate the whole idea of it. It's possible both.
Yeah, it's like it's either going to be really awesome or completely ridiculous.
Most of these things tend to land on completely ridiculous.
All right, but sometimes ridiculous can be fun. We need a little more ridiculous in these days. Oh, I should make folks co-hosts just in case.
Harlan, how are you doing? How's the consulting gig?
What?
How's the consulting gig?
That's fine. You know, nothing out of the ordinary, I guess.
All right. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Code for Boston. My name is Matt, and I am on the leadership team here at Code for Boston. Along with we got Alex and Annie and Harlan here tonight. Fed is running late because of a NAC meeting, but Brian might be here. So if you have questions, need help with anything, feel free to ask one of us. We'll be more than happy to help. The way this is going to work is we'll have some announcements. After the announcements, we'll have project updates, and then new folks should stay in here, and Alex and I will give you new member orientation. So with that, read our code of conduct. The gist of it is this is a respectful space, and if you feel like you aren't being respected, talk to one of us on leadership, and we will take care of it. Next, want to encourage folks to follow us on all the social medias. Please share our content, subscribe and like to our YouTube channel, which some of you may be watching us on, and also want to encourage folks to sign up for the weekly email newsletter. It comes out on Wednesdays and always has lots of good content. If you have a civic tech related link or job or event you want shared in the email newsletter, send it to me or post it in the Code for Boston channel, and I will be sure to include it. Want to encourage folks to RSVP on meetup.com. That's where a lot of you have found us. And so by RSVPing there, more folks can find our community. I keep the latest Zoom link at a redirect that goes there. So bookmark this and you will always end up in the latest Zoom if you want to pop in and say hello to all your Code for Boston friends. Slack, if you're currently on YouTube or in the Zoom, but not yet on Slack, Slack is where our community happens, and you can get your invitation at slack.codeforboston.org. We do happen to be a nonprofit, so I want to encourage folks to donate to us by going to that URL. You can do that with a credit card, so donate to us and get points. In addition to, of course, we are a 501c3. It's all tax deductible, but you all volunteer very hard. So I think what we usually really are asking is we're asking you to get your friends, family, and especially employers to donate. We've had a lot of employers support folks' hard work here through donations. And sometimes that's involved sponsoring workshops or sponsoring a month of hack nights. And we're more than able to make the appropriate arrangements to make that happen. And who knows, maybe your organization can recruit some cool software and tech people from Code for Boston when they do it. Next, just want to highlight, there's an upcoming event is on equity and innovation in Cambridge. Harlan, do you have anything you want to share about this event since you shared the event with me?
No.
All right.
This is an event that just crossed my LinkedIn feed about 10 minutes before Hack Night. A good friend of mine, the woman who used to run the Boston Indicators project for the Boston Foundation, has been working with the city of Cambridge, the Cambridge Foundation, to produce this report. And so it looked really interesting from the brief bit I saw on the LinkedIn profile about how the innovation boom in Cambridge has not been evenly distributed. And it seems like it could be a nice, well, not nice, it could be an informative session tomorrow morning if you want to get up at 8:30 and have a cup of coffee and listen to some data reporting.
All right, coffee and data and equity sounds like a perfect Wednesday morning to me. So I will see you all there. Next, just some other general updates I wanted to share. First and foremost, if you were in the pre-roll chat, you probably already know a little bit about this, but I talked with the folks at CIC, and I think two things that are currently on our mind. First and foremost is, one, they have an outdoor patio space they've built at One Broadway. So kind of very excited that that space it now exists and might be something we might be able to leverage when we go back. So, you know, think about the opportunity of Code for Boston outdoors. Second thing is, right now, it looks like we will not be returning to the space in full anytime before September 1st. So likely be doing, at least for now, virtual hack nights through the summer, but that of course is subject to change. And so we will keep you all posted. This is something we are actively thinking about and talking to folks about. So just wanted to let folks know that is where things currently stand. So think September, think outdoors, and we will, you know, have more details as, you know, things start to approach that time. Upcoming projects, just want to let folks know there are some new upcoming projects that will be sort of rolling out over the next week or two. So we've been working with some folks on some different things. So if your current projects are either kind of wrapping up or you're looking for something interesting to do, those will be happening, and you should be looking in both Slack and your email over the next week or so. We'll be rolling out the Google Forms for that. So a little mysterious teaser, but I think one is, I guess the other hint is one's sort of focused on the issue of traffic and sort of data around that in the Boston area. And then the other one focusing on issues of gentrification in Mattapan. Last but not least, Code for America is thinking a lot about the brigade network and the future of Code for America brigades. And they have a survey out. And so if you're on the Code for America email newsletter, you've likely received a link to this survey. So I'd like to encourage folks to dig that out of your inbox and read about it and give your feedback, especially if you've been a long time member. This is an opportunity to sort of have your voice heard and think about what sorts of things brigades and the brigade network should be doing. And secondly, if you haven't heard about this, I will definitely lift it up in Slack so that you can find this content. And also feel free to talk to any of us on leadership, send us a message. We're always, receptive to feedback, and Code for America, continues to think about, how the brigade program is going to grow and evolve. And we definitely have a seat at the table with great folks like Thad, who's on the National Advisory Council. So just, keep an eye on that. That's a big sort of revisioning project that Code for America is doing, and may lead to some new and interesting things for us as they think about that. So those are updates. So with that, now let's get some updates from our different projects, and we will start with the water project.
Hello, I'm gonna have to talk to you about taking down water project for next week going forward, because I think we are actually done. And by actually done, I mean, I personally will work on the side on one bug that has to be done by the end of May. So, but other than that, we're pretty much done, because we got the iframe integrated for the flagging website. So it's inside of their website. And we also published the article. There's an article that we were writing for Open Data Science Conference, and it is on their blog. I will post a link to it in here, as well as the general chat channel. But yeah, we are 99.9 round up to 100% done.
Woo! Round of applause for Safe Water for amazing project, amazing work. Read the blog post. It, I think, came out really well, and folks, I think it captures a lot of the different challenges and cool things that they explored as they did the project. And of course, if you're going out boating on the Charles River, go to the Charles River Watershed Association website and check to see whether or not it's safe using the app that we created. Really great that the team was able to create an awesome thing, and really proud of this work product they have created, and definitely looking forward to see what everyone works on next. So yeah, with that, next is the Good Governance Project Advocacy Map.
Everyone, we are still moving along. We released our beta, so that's now live, goodgovproject.com. We have a launch event Thursday at 6 p.m. if anyone's curious to join. Our students will run through the priorities that we selected for improving democracy in Massachusetts, and talk about how our democracy maps work. So we're looking for feedback. We have a little feedback form on our website, and we're in marketing phase at this point, which is good and bad. So excited to try to sort of grow a user base, and excited to see where this goes.
Awesome. Always love a little growth hacking, right? All right. Next is Vaccinate MA. Do we have I think John's taking the night off. Harlan, did you have anything from the front end team?
No, I missed Hack Night last week because I was at my parents' house for the
All
first
right.
time in a year. So
Well, I guess I can share from the back end team. We got some work going through and trying to do some authentication and updating the database and the API. So going to be working on updating those things. We got HTTP to HTTPS redirect working, so that was very exciting for us, and we'll be pushing forward on that. So that's Vaccinate MA. Next, I've been informed that I accidentally skipped Job Hopper, so I will now call on Job Hopper.
Yeah. So we are in the late stages of development on that project. We won't be taking new members tonight. But I believe that we will be looking at what we need to do to get to deployment in the next few weeks. So.
All right. Next is Plog Along.
Hello. Last week we were working on our Android bug list. Got a few of those wrapped up. We have a few more to look at tonight. So if anyone's interested in looking at some React Native and Android bugs, come on over to Plug Along tonight. Thanks.
All right. Awesome. Next is Clean Slate.
All right, clean slate. We've finished working on what ended up being a refactor for the testing framework instead of version 2, which we're all excited about because we don't have to change anything for anybody using it. We are working on adult sealing, the basic logic behind it in the code and the flow of it for the user. And Data is working on kind of working with our partners to see what Data is going to be getting next from another county in Massachusetts and see what we can do with that. Thanks.
Awesome. Thanks, Michelle. All right. Do we have any folks from Windfall Awareness in the room that want to read Thad's update from the Windfall Awareness channel? Or I think it might be in the projects leads channel, actually. No. I saw an update. Let me try one other channel to see. Okay, I found it. So last week at Windfall, they worked on compiling the JavaScript WASM. Is that how you pronounce it? WASM, W-A-S-M, in Linux and Windows. We displayed the version description on the front end in React from the C++ compiled into the WASM. They welcome JavaScript, TypeScript, and C++ developers. I'm very proud of myself for saying a bunch of these words, half of which I understood. So, all right. Yeah, so if you want to learn about the WASM, Windfall Awareness is your place. Next is Police Data Trust, or I guess last but not least.
Hey guys, so we're right now looking at probably doing some design work around some of the future things that we're going to do, kind of the more decentralized elements of what we're working on. So that's something that I'm kind of thinking through now. And as far as development, we're also working on the API system and getting that more robust, adding more data into it, things like that. So if you're interested in design or data, this is the place.
Great. Thanks, Daryl. So that covers all our projects. So if you know where you're going, feel free to wave goodbye and enjoy the rest of your evening. New folks staying here. Everyone else, happy hacking. All right. And then I will stop the screen share and